Apparently you did photos in that sweater already.
Yep, I should have.
Yeah, you did. I didn't know that. Okay, hi! Michelle is just right there.
I am here.
She was just quickly changing, and I thought might as well get the thing set up for her so she can do her thing. Look at the height difference. That's so funny.
You have
Okay.
to stand so far back to be like in it.
Sorry. Okay, you can go ahead and talk about it. It's not online right now, but it'll be online in 2 seconds. And
Okay.
you can do your introduction, and by the time you get there, it'll be on.
Perfect. Okay. So I don't know how much you guys caught of that, but sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I had a bit of a coffee mishap while I was putting on a dress. The hem caught my iced coffee and went whoosh, and then it was all over the floor. So I spent the last 5 minutes before my live that I usually like to, prep and get everything ready. I was wiping coffee off the floor. So happy Tuesday to me. Anyways, for those that don't know me, I think most of you at this point do, that tune in regularly. Hi, Carolyn. My name is Michelle. I am the size 2X, 3X model here at Lavender and Lace Boutique. I typically wear a size 2X or 3X in tops and bottoms, and I wear a size 18W in Judy Blues. That is what I'm wearing right now. And then for height reference, I am 6'1". I am quite tall, so I do talk about length and inseam and stuff when I have the info and how it relates to me as a tall person. So with that, we'll get started, and I'm really excited because I'm actually launching a piece today during my live, the sweatshirt that I'm wearing right now.
Except for good.
And it is up as of right this second, so literally just went live on the website. This is the Harley Acid Wash High-Low Pullover in dark red, and the reason that I get to launch this one specifically is because this one is only available in plus sizes. We have it in sizes 1X, 2X, and in 3X. So I am wearing the 3X right now. That is my preferred size. I have tried on the 2X as well. I can grab it here. And I can wear both of them. However, I like my pullovers to fit really relaxed, really oversized, really comfy. So this one is a little bit less relaxed. It's still like, I guess I should say less oversized. It's still a relaxed fit when I wear the 2X, but it's not quite as oversized and comfy and slouchy as the 3X. So this is still my preference, but I can wear either or. It is this really gorgeous, like, we've seen a lot of this cool like acid washed kind of thing from Zenana. This is Zenana, by the way. We've seen a lot of this treatment lately, but I feel like this is the first time we've seen it in this really pretty red color. So I am definitely a fan. And as we can see, we have this high-low hem difference. You can really see it when I turn to the side because with the way that it sits over my chest, it becomes even more dramatic with how it hangs in the front. So you can really see that difference. And then something that I love that I didn't realize until I just turned to the side right now is that we actually have pockets on a sweatshirt, which I feel like is not very common at all. So that is fantastic that we have these little side pockets. They remind me a lot of the pockets that we have in the double hoods from Ampersand, where they're kind of just round, straight, sideways pocket. Morning, Reen. Hello. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, adorable, super cute. And again, this one is a plus size exclusive. We only have this one available in 1X, 2X, and 3X. I'm wearing my typical 3X. I can wear the 2X, but like I said, I definitely prefer this oversized fit that I'm getting with the 3X, which is the one that I am wearing currently. This is my preferred size. I'm just going to adjust the cameras a little bit because I feel like we have a little bit of overhead space more than we need. Just drop them a little bit. It's not very often that I feel like moving the cameras down, but you know, it happens sometimes. There we go. Again, usually I have all of this taken care of at the start of my live, but I was a little bit busy cleaning up spilled coffee, which I'm not very happy about because that means that I only got to drink like half of my coffee and the rest went to the floor. All right. Good morning, Cheryl. Hello. So once again, this is the Harley Acid Wash High-Low Pullover in dark red. This one literally just went live like 2 minutes ago when I started talking about it. 1X, 2X, and 3X, and then it is retailing for $45 for this one. So that is my fun little bonus drop for the day. Okay, with that, we will get into the rest of the daily drops. Today is the 23rd of September, so we're 09. Okay, let me go back and see what I have available. Of course, this one that I'm wearing just launched. I have some jeans. Should have a Dex jacket. I'm gonna go put on another blazer. I don't think I have like a nice t-shirt to wear to try on some of these blazers and stuff, so I might grab something from later in the week because everything else I have to try on is like a layering piece, and layering over a sweatshirt is not always the easiest. So I'm gonna grab something else, and I'll grab one of the other things for the week, and I will be right back.
There was a request for you to try on this top for your live. That sweater.
The red one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. I just didn't want it to get messed. Okay. Yay. Me. I don't know what I wore on my feet, so.
Okay.
It piss you off?
These aren't the Holly shorts.
Yeah, I asked when you went around the corner because I was curious what they were.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I think you were.
Birdie.
Yeah.
Okay, where is my next just like normal t-shirt that I can wear? There we go. We've got a brunette the label one from later in the week that I will borrow for now. All right.
I haven't even had a sip. I know. Oh, I need my
Okay, so I have the Brixton blazer in wine and ivory. Okay, that's this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one on. Sorry guys, I had to root around my rack a little bit and figure out where all my stuff is, but we're good to go now. All right. So we're just gonna ignore the t-shirt for now. We'll come back to that later in the live, but I just wanted, again, something a little bit more sleek to layer on with the layering pieces, because all of the tops that I have for this daily drop are like sweaters, and sweaters and blazers are a bit much for me right now. So we'll just go with a little bit more streamlined for the layers. So this blazer here, this is from the brand Dear Scarlet. This is the Brixton blazer, and this is the color Ivory and Wine. Sorry, Wine and Ivory. Flipped it around there. This one's retailing for $74, and it's available in sizes small through 3X, and that includes both an extra large and a 1X. I am wearing my typical 3X for this one here. Again, $74. I did try the 2X quickly, but I definitely prefer the 3X. I found that the 2X was just a little bit narrow in the shoulders for me, and so just to accommodate for my shoulders and my arms, the 3X was definitely the way to go. No pockets on this one, but it is this, or maybe there is, no. Just the way that the shadow there in the seam, I'm like, maybe there is a pocket there. No, there is not. So it is a really nice length. It's not quite like a full duster length on me, but it does cover the booty and gives me full coverage in the back.
Can you just make sure you go quickly through the Monday fall stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, and then we have these two.
Yeah.
Awesome. I figured I'm just gonna.
That is Christine piecing out, by the way. She was just like, make sure you talk about this stuff. So, exactly, yeah. So we have this really nice long lapel. I think it's really interesting that the lapels are all the way down here, kind of in the bust area instead of up there. It's very different. I think it's kind of a unique take. It gives an interesting kind of like in and out shape to the blazer, and I think it's really flattering. I'm definitely a fan. I love the length, and I'll get up close so we can see this really interesting kind of like almost like twill patterning, and you can really see the wine and ivory colors in here. Hi KP, hi Michelle. Yeah, some special like guest appearance from KP. Good morning Kaylee, hello Renee. Yeah, so again, this is the Brixton blazer in wine and ivory. $74 for this one. It sizes small through 3X with both an extra large and a 1X available. I'm wearing my typical 3X, and everyone else is also finding it true to size, with Christina the small, Carrie, excuse me, in the medium, Melissa's in the 1X, and I'm in my typical 3X for this one. And again, it's $74. Perfect. Okay, I will find, I think I have another cardigan. Yes, there is a room 34 cardigan that only comes up to XL, but there was a request for me to try on the XL, so I'm gonna do that one next. Because I don't want to forget about it, so I wanna make sure that I get it taken care of it now. Okay, so this is the room 34 cardigan. This is the Anna single button cardigan in cinnamon melange. This one's retailing for $54 and it's available in sizes extra small through extra large. Again, there was a request for me to try on the extra large and see if it fits. For this one, everyone is wearing their typical sizes. Christine's in the extra small, Carrie wears the medium, Melissa also wears the extra large. So as you can see on me, I can wear the extra large. This cardigan definitely had more of an oversized fit on the other gals, but as we can see on me, it is less oversized. I do still have lots of room in the arms, and it definitely does work. I can even still do the button up nicely. It's just more of a fitted cardigan on me as opposed to being oversized, but it does work. It's also a little bit more of a cropped length. This is a more cropped tee that I'm wearing it with, and we can see that it's still even more cropped than the crop tee. So it is on the shorter side, but it does definitely still work if you wanted it to be more of just a cover cardigan, because it is like an absolutely gorgeous color. With the button undone, like it does relax it a little bit more, and it still definitely works. It is just a little bit more of like a shrunken cardigan vibe on me. So the extra large does work. I wouldn't say it fits the same on me as it does. Like it's definitely more oversized on Melissa wearing the extra large, but it is still workable for my body type. So again, this is, I guess I'll turn around to the back and show that as well. So this is the room 34 Anna single button cardigan in cinnamon melange. That is a perfect descriptor for this color, cinnamon, perfect. Again, extra small to extra large, $54. I can wear the extra large. It's just a lot more of a fitted style as opposed to an oversized style on me, but it does work. Okay, I'll talk about the jeans now. Oh, and then we've got a denim jacket. I'll throw the denim jacket on and I'll throw on the jeans. We'll talk about the jacket and the jeans, and then I have a sweater, and I actually have a skirt, which I feel like we don't have skirts very often in the fall, and it's this gorgeous wine color, so I'm excited to show it off. Okay. There's the denim jacket. Oh no, there's lots of buttons. All right, give me 2 seconds. I am struggling with a button-up jacket. There we go. I like how you can hear the buttons like rattling, almost like Christmas bells. There we go. There, okay. So this one here, this is the Amber Soft Denim Jacket in washed black. This is from Dex. This one is retailing for $80 and it's available in the full Dex size range, so extra small through extra large, and then X through 2X for the plus sizes. For this one, we do find it fits pretty typical to Dex sizing. So Christine's in the extra small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa wears the X, and then I'm wearing my typical 2X for this one. I definitely would not size down at all. The 2X is a really nice fit on me. The sleeves are a little bit on the short side. This is something that happens pretty commonly for me with Dex, especially for jackets and things. I do find that they seem to think people have shorter arms than I do. That being said, because I am 6'1", sorry, I'm just adjusting the cameras. They were bugging me for a sec here. I mean, the fact that I am 6'1", I do have longer arms than the typical person, so they're probably not wrong, but I do find that shorter sleeves is something I find with Dex quite often. That being said, I am the type of person to just pull up my sleeves anyways, and the nice thing with these is that there's not a long distance to pull up, and they do have a nice cuff, so they're gonna stay pulled up for me. This being described as a soft denim is really like a good way to describe it, because it's definitely like a thicker fabric, but it does not feel like a typical sturdy denim. It almost feels like a denim treatment. Like this side feels like denim, but then the inside feels more like a sweatshirt. So I think soft denim is a good way to describe it. It's described as a denim jacket. I think it's cut more like a button-up shirt, especially because we have this really dramatic scalloping on the back, and we have it's even yoked in the back like a dress shirt with that longer cut. I really, really like the cut of this. I think this is going to be perfect for fall layering. I think this under a vest would be really nice. This over top of like a t-shirt or a sweater is going to be really cute. So I think this is going to be versatile, and because it is that softer, more relaxed like denim as opposed to a true denim, I think you're going to be able to get away with layering it over more stuff and getting a little bit more versatility out of it. So it's a really cool piece. I'm definitely a fan of this one. So again, this is from Dex. This is the Amber Soft Denim Jacket in washed black. $80 for this one, sizes extra small through extra large and then extra 2X. We're all wearing typical Dex sizes, which includes myself in my usual 2X for this one. All right, I'm gonna hang up the jacket. And then the nice thing about this being a crop tee is it's gonna be nice and easy to see the jeans underneath. So I'll be able to talk about them quickly, and then I will switch into that skirt and go over a couple of sweaters. We have a ton of plus stuff this week, so I'm very excited about that, especially because we had a bit of a shorter week last week. That is definitely not going to be the case this week. This is probably going to be a longer live. Maybe, was it last week we had a longer live because I was yapping too much? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago we had a short one. Either way, let's get into it. These are the jeans that are going to be launching today at 8 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. These are the Malcolms, or in other words, the mid-wash tummy control skinnies from Judy Blue. These ones are retailing for $93, and they are available in sizes 1 through 15 and then 14W through 22W. I am wearing my typical 18s in these. They fit like an absolute dream. They feel like every one of my favorite pairs of Judy Blue skinnies where I put them on right off the hanger and they just fit immediately right off the bat. They're really cute, Kaylee. These ones also have the, it's kind of hard to see from down there. I wish I was more flexible and could like hold my leg up, but you can see that we do have a frayed hem on these jeans. They are gems, I'll give them that. So high rise, tummy control. They've got a little bit of whiskering on the hips here. They are a pretty typical mid wash, and it'll have more of that fading on the thighs. True skinny fit, and again, we do have that frayed hem here. These ones, I don't have the exact inseam. I'm gonna guess they're probably around a 29. They're a little bit on the shorter side, which again, as a tall girl, I am okay with because they just look like ankle jeans on me, which are a thing, which means I can get away with the shorter jeans. So I am okay with it. So these are very true to size. We're all wearing our typical Judy Blue sizes, with Christine in the 3, Carrie in the 9, Melissa's in the 14, and I'm in my usual 18 for these ones. Oh, thank you, Reen. I really appreciate that you enjoy my lives. I also enjoy them, and I also appreciate when I get guest stars like Christine and Carrie just like crossing through every once in a while. Yeah, so again, these were the Malcolms, and they were retailing for $93. Perfect. We'll go to the Finley maxi skirt, and then I have, I think, 2 sweaters. Yes, I do. So again, like almost all of it's a big drop for today, but almost all the pieces also come in plus sizes, so I have a lot to show you, which I'm really excited about. Like I mentioned earlier, I didn't talk about the t-shirt. We'll be getting to her later because she does come later in the week. It was a brunette the label tee. As a spoiler alert, I'm obsessed with this cut of tee. A little bit different than the navy one we had last week, but still really adorable. Okay. Let's go for this Finley skirt. Let's do the haptic sweater first. We have a really good mix of brands too. I feel like for some of our launches the last couple of weeks, they've been pretty dominated by like 1 or 2 brands, just because that's towards end of season. You know, it's like usually we have a little bit more from one supplier than another. But because we're just getting into fall season, we have a good mix of a lot of our different vendors. So I really like that, and it's exciting to like. It's good on me too, because I have to really like look and see, okay, what vendor actually is this, and double check. So here is the Edna striped sweater. This one is from Haptics. And this one is in the shade Ivory and Black. Oh, even in my product photo, I was wearing it with this skirt too. That's funny. This one's retailing for $72 and it's available in sizes small through 3X with a 1X being the medium size for this one. I'm currently wearing a 3X. I can wear the 2X or the 3X just depending on whether or not I want a more chunky oversized fit or if I want it to be a little bit more fitted. I am cool with either size. Everyone else found this one true to size as well. So Christine's in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa's in the 1X, and again, I can wear the 2X or the 3X. With a skirt like this, because I probably want it to be a bit more streamlined, I'd be more inclined to wear the 2X, but with jeans, I would be more inclined to wear this sweater in a 3X. So I'm leaning more towards saying that the 3X is my true size. It just depends on how you want to wear this one. It has this really cute, this kind of like puffy, rounded, almost knit to it. If I turn to the side, you might be able to see that it's got this almost like puffed up texture a little bit. It's really cute with these little kind of rounded diamonds. It is primarily ivory with these little black stripes going across in that diamond pattern. We have the ribbed neck. And then if we turn around, and we almost have a little bit of like a bell sleeve going on or a balloon sleeve. You could really see that it's like kind of puffy and then comes together at the wrist, which is really cute. This one is not super cropped, it is on the shorter side. It's kind of hitting right at my natural hip here, and it is just a really cute sweater. This one, material-wise, I believe it's 100% acrylic. I'm just double checking. 100% polyester for this one. So again, this is the Edna striped sweater in ivory and black. $72 for this one, small through 3X, and we're all wearing our typical sizes. Again, I can go for the 2X or the 3X, but I slightly prefer the 3X. And then we have the Finley maxi skirt. I'll kind of like bunch up the sweater a bit here. I don't know if that'll stay, probably not, but just so we can see the waist and everything. So this is from Hamish. I almost had to do a double take because the label looks a little bit different. Like it's like a more like fancy font that they used on the label. So I was like, wait, this is Hamish? Like, okay, cool. So this is the Finley maxi skirt in the shade Wine. $54 for this one, and it's available in sizes small through 3X with the medium size being a 1X for these. True to size, everyone is wearing their typical sizes. So Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X, and I am in my typical 3X for this one. This one was kind of unexpected because for me, this gives more like what you'd expect around the holiday season, but the color, we have been seeing a lot of wine red for fall this year, a lot of jewel tones. So it does make sense to be launching it with the fall stuff. It is a really nice, just simple elastic waist. It almost fits kind of like a slip, but it is nice. It's not a sheer fabric at all. You're not seeing anything through it. It's a similar like blousey polyester material that we get from a lot of the Hamish blouses that we have, but just a little bit more sturdy because it is a bottom. And then for the frilly part on the bottom, this is more our typical, what we expect, thinner blousey material that we get from a lot of tops again. And it is 2 layers, which helps with it being not see-through at all. And it also gives it lots of fun flounce, so it is gonna have a lot of fun swooshy action, which is always a good indicator for a skirt for me. I love a good twisty, swooshy action on a skirt. Length is quite nice. It is a maxi skirt. On me, it's more like an ankle length, but again, I am 6'1". That's usually more of a me thing than in everything else. Like for example, when Christine tried it on, it is like a true maxi length. Because it is an elastic waist, you could also adjust. Like I have it sitting quite high on my waist. You could also pull it down for a little bit more length, or if you wanted to shorten it, you could pull it up quite high. So because of that elastic waist, you can kind of play with it and have it sit wherever you want to give you the length that you are looking to get out of it, which is nice. So again, this is the Finley maxi skirt in the shade Wine. This one is retailing for $54, sizes small through 3X, and we're all wearing our typical sizes, which includes myself in my usual 3X. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's 11:30 and we're still on Tuesday. I mean, to be fair, I had a bit of a late start because of my lovely coffee debacle, but I think I just have one sweater left from Brunette the Label, which again, I'm so excited we're getting them back in stock. Which we do have up to a 2X, 3X, and I believe I have that on my rack. I'll just double check. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna throw that sweater on, and that will be it for our Tuesday. All right. Okay, so here we have the Brunette the Label sweater. This one is also like a chunky, oversized sweater, but very much an intentionally oversized look. So I am wearing the 2X, 3X. Again, I could probably size down to, I believe, is it a 1X, 2X for the next size? Extra large 2X for the next size, but again, because it's intentionally a chunky, oversized sweater, I do think that the 2X, 3X is the intended fit. And again, I would probably typically style this with jeans as opposed to a skirt, in which case I would definitely prefer the chunky, oversized fit. So this is, again, from Brunette the Label. This is the Fair Isle Sweater 2.0 in black. This one's retailing for $159, and it's available in split sizing, of course, which is what Brunette the Label likes to do. So it's extra small, small, small medium, medium large, large extra large, XL 2X, and 2X 3X. Again, I'm currently wearing the 2X 3X. I could probably size down to an extra large 2X if I wanted it to be a little bit more fitted, but I think the intention is to be a fun, chunky, oversized sweater, in which case the 2X 3X fits me fantastically. Christine, it looks like everyone else kind of is in the same boat of wearing their typical size and going for that more oversized fit. So Christine's in the extra small, small. Carrie's in the small medium. Melissa is in the XL 2X, and I am in my 2X 3X for this one. This one is a viscose nylon spandex blend. It is a really nice solid knit. It feels just really luxurious. With Brunette the Label being a little bit more of a higher price tag brand, you can really tell in the materials that they use that they are more luxurious. This is like a really nice heavy without being too hot or just feeling too bulky, but just really nice solid knit. I love the patterning that we have here, this kind of diagonal going on. The black is nice and really solid black, and then the white does stand out. Sleeves are a great length. As we can see, they're well down, and when I stick out my arms, they're still staying at my hand. They're not showing and going above my wrist bone. Just a really nice, gorgeous sweater. I also love the rounded collar neck. Sits nice and close to the neck, but it's not like touching or constricting around the neck, so it doesn't feel turtlenecky or anything like that, but it does fit nice and close over the collarbones. So again, this is the Brunette the Label Fair Isle Sweater 2.0 in black. $159 for this one. And again, it's split sizing for Brunette the Label, the smallest being extra small, small, and the largest being 2X, 3X, which is what I'm wearing, and we all find that it fits true to size, being an intentionally oversized fit for this one. Okay, that is everything that I have for the Tuesday drop, which is fantastic. I'm gonna quickly take a deviation and we're gonna go back to the Monday stuff just to quickly show off the things that I didn't get to try on previously. The only ones I have from Tuesday are the Sweet Surrender pullovers. They're really cute. They're the ones that are a lot like the Love Story hoodies with the like big lace gap in the sleeve. So I'm gonna put one of those on just because they do come in my size, and I think there's been a few questions about them. So I do want to pop that one on and show it off just as a little fun, hey, these are here. Okay. So these ones are from the brand P.S. Kate. Again, very similar vibe to the Love Story hoodies from Ampersand. These are definitely a lighter fabric though, and these are a sweatshirt as opposed to a hoodie, but very similar vibes, as we can see, with the kind of like big chunky embroidery, almost lace-like thing with the holes on the sleeves. These ones are more of like a sunflower pattern as opposed to the other florals that we had on the Ampersand ones, but just a really fun vibe. Lighter weight as well, so I feel like these ones you'll be able to wear through more seasons. They're not going to get quite as warm, and because they are a lighter material, they're going to be a little bit easier to layer as well. So again, these ones are already live. This was from yesterday. These are the Sweet Surrender embroidered coilovers. This is the plum. We also have them in olive and navy. They are retailing for $69, and they are available in sizes small to 3X, I believe in all three sizes. And I am wearing the 3X, which I find being very true to size. Everyone else also wears their true size. Christine in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa's in the 1X, and I'm in my typical 3X for these ones. So again, these are $69. These ones are already live. They were live yesterday. I just wanted to quickly go back and show them off because I think a few people were asking about them. Oh, I'm so glad you did, Kaylee. They're super cute. The navy one is probably my favorite. I didn't have that one on my rack, so I just grabbed this one quickly, but they are super pretty. I love them too. Okay, perfect. With that, we're gonna hop on over to Wednesday, the 24th, because I think we have a pretty packed week. Like, just for the whole week, I think we've got a lot going on, so I need to hurry on up a little bit. Okay. Well, I can definitely tell what the color theme for Wednesday is. So we've got the Lane cropped cargo pants. I know a few people have been waiting in these. We've had these cropped cargos. I think we launched them in olive last week, and a lot of people were like, they're cute, but I'm waiting for them in this color or that color, and now we have the brown ones launching, and I believe we're getting them in a burgundy as well. Okay, and then we have Michelle May to go with it. All right. Feel very retro in this fit. It's definitely the brown on brown that's doing that. Okay, so let's start with the sweater. This is like Michelle May's take on our Lucene pocket sweaters. Very similar with the tight arms, the drop shoulders, and the front pockets, but just a little bit more of a size variety in these ones. This is the Naomi pocket sweater in the color Latte. Again, this one's from Michelle May. This one's retailing for $69 and it's available in sizes small through 3X. I am wearing my typical Michelle May 2X in these. Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, and Melissa opts for the extra large as opposed to the 1X. I've mentioned it a few times in previous lives that I do find that Michelle May finds it's a little bit big in the plus sizes, so I almost guaranteed wear a 2X. I think we've had one sweater where that was the exception. Oh, Reen, I agree. The sweatshirt looks more burgundy online, and I think it still does read as a burgundy, but compared to the burgundy wine color of that skirt, it definitely, you could see the more purple. I do think if it wasn't against that, I would still think it was burgundy, but it's more of a purple burgundy than like a red burgundy, if that makes sense. The burgundy ones, like the green ones, are like the brown. I'm not sure, actually. I've just heard people talking about the burgundy ones. I haven't seen them yet. I'm hoping they're like the olive because I prefer the style of the olive personally, but both would be cute. So I'm not 100% sure, to be honest, Reen. Yeah, so again, this is the Naomi pocket sweater. Very similar to the Lucene, but instead of just being in small, medium, and medium large, there is more discreet sizing, but very, very similar vibes. With Michelle May, like I was saying, I almost always size down to the 2X because I do find that their plus cuts are a little bit more generous, and Melissa finds the same. So she typically wears the extra large as opposed to the 1X, but that's not universally true. But that is the case here. So I am wearing the 2X. The sleeves are maybe a tiny bit short for me, but honestly with the 3X, it wasn't much better. And then I felt like I just had too much fabric hanging down, whereas at least with the 2X, it has that really nice slouch, but the pockets still hold their shape and they're still kind of a uniform shape, and I still get that nice kind of more fitted sleek silhouette in the shoulders, whereas with the 3X I just felt it was a little bit too drapey in the arms. It was less like that dolman sleeve vibe and just kind of like cloaky, so I definitely prefer my 2X. I do like that it kind of does this scoop in the front and then comes down a little bit longer in the sides. Nice length in the back. It's almost covering the back for me, not quite tunic length, but for most folks, definitely petite folks, this is going to work as a tunic length top. It's also a really nice weight as well. It is sweater material, but a little bit on the thinner side, so it's not going to overheat you too quickly because it is a nice lightweight sweater. So again, this is the Naomi. It is a viscose polynylon blend for this one. We're all wearing our typical sizes. So Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa's wearing the extra large, and then I'm in the 2X, which is very typical for Michelle May. And this one is $69. I will tuck up the front of the sweater. I mean, there's probably tops coming down the line that would be better for showing off the pants, but we'll do what we can here. I'll also get this tag out of the way. Usually I'm good about doing that when I have photo days. I'll take the tag off and then I just put it in the pocket so that when we actually sell them, we still have the tag and we can put it back on, but just so it's not in the way for photos. So this is the GD Blue Mid-Rise Maple Wide Crop, aka Lane. So the color, I guess, is maple. $93 for these ones, and they are retailing for $93, and we have them in 1 through 15 and then 14W through 22W. I'm wearing my typical 18. They definitely have a really nice like generous fit. They're nice and stretchy. I wouldn't size down to the 16. I think they'd be a little bit too tight in the front and in the pockets, but in the 18 I still have a lot of nice stretch in the waist, and they're just a really nice kind of like skimming fit. They're very cozy and stretchy and comfy. Everyone's wearing their true size in these, so Christina in the 3, Carrie's in the 7, Melissa's in the 14, and again, I'm in my typical 18. They are a mid-rise. They have these carpenter square pockets in the front. They definitely remind me of Carhartts, but like dressed up Carhartts, if that makes sense. They are a crop length, so it's not just me. They are meant to be on the shorter side. They're just a little bit more of a full-on capri on me as opposed to a crop wide leg, and then they do have this brown wash that we are describing as maple in color. I'll do a quick turn so we can see the back. I like the term maple. One of my coworkers has a corgi named Maple, and she's very cute. And we talk about them a lot because I also have a corgi, and I had mine first, so he's always like, does your corgi do this? Does yours do this? And I just have to coach him through it because he's a bit of a helicopter dog dad. All right, so there we are for these. Again, the Lanes, aka the GD Blue Mid-Rise Maple Wide Crop. Okay, few less pieces this drop just because the day in general has less things, but we do have a couple more pieces in plus. I've got a sweater and a t-shirt and a jacket. Oh, I'm so excited. We have the Koala Tee fleece Sherpa jackets, and I didn't get a chance to try them on until today, and I was so shocked. I thought that the XXL would fit over my shoulders, but I didn't think it would zip, but it does. It actually fits like how it's supposed to fit for me on the XXL, and so I'm very excited to show it off to you guys. I think what we'll do first is we'll do the sweater, and then I'll come back in the t-shirt and the jacket over top because that's an easy thing to combo. And it's the same brown brunette the label t-shirt we had. Like I said, we would be coming back to it because it was on another day, and this being the very obviously brown themed day, it makes sense that it is on this day with the rest of it. But first, I'm going to show off this sweater from Haptics. All right. Okay, so this is the 3X. I think this looks a little big. I'm going to switch to the 2X because this sweater is meant to be oversized, but I think this one's a little bit too oversized for me. So I'm going to switch to the 2X quickly and see if I like that better. It's one of those things where it's funny because for the longest time we used to bring up the 18 and the 20 in every jean that I tried on because I was in between sizes and I was never sure if I preferred the 18 or the 20. And we just recently got to a point where we stopped doing that because I haven't worn a 20 in a long time. But now I found with a lot of brands, especially Michelle May and Haptics, that I'm in between the 2X and the 3X. So now it's tops where for most brands, we end up bringing up the 2X and the 3X because I can be either way. So my racks didn't actually end up getting any smaller. They bring up less jeans, but now they have to bring up more tops for me because I'm in between sizes sometimes. And this is one of them. So this, I am actually wearing the 2X. So 3X was a bit too oversized. It is an intentional oversized fit, but even in the 2X, I find I still have a lot of room. So this is the Luella checkered sweater in mocha and taupe. Again, this is from the brand Haptics, and it is going to be retailing for $97. This one is a acrylic poly blend for this one. I love the different variety of the checkered stripes. I like that there's not like a clear line delineation, that it's just like melds right into the other pattern. I think that's super adorable. It does have this rounded neck, a very dropped shoulder, as we can see. I like that the back mirrors the same direction of the pattern, so on the sides we again get that kind of clash of the patterns happening. This one we describe as being a true to size, relaxed fit. Christine's in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa's in the 1X, and then again, I am in the 2X. I found the 3X was a little bit too relaxed. I find even in the 2X, it is still definitely oversized and relaxed. The 3X is a little bit too much. I think this is more kind of the intended relaxed, cozy vibe. Again, this one is retailing for $97, and this is from Haptics. Another good view of the back. All right. And then we just have the t-shirt and the jacket left for plus sizes for the Wednesday drop. So I'm going to put those ones on. And I'm super excited about them. I love that these fleecy Sherpa jackets are trending. It's funny because I had one of these when I was probably like 12 years old and I thought it was the ugliest thing ever. It was my barn coat and I hated it. I was like, who would ever like these? Like, this looks like it came from Northern Reflections, and now they're like cool and in style, and I actually adore these. So again, this is the size XXL, and when I just saw it on the rack, I'm like, oh, like I'll be able to put it on like over my shoulders. I'm gonna be able to zip it. And look, it just straight up fits me in the XXL. I was not, because it's not even like a 2X like plus label, like it's an XXL, and it fits me like as intended, and I am just over the moon excited. I'm also a little bit afraid for my wallet because I assumed that I would not be buying one, because I wouldn't buy one personally if it didn't zip, because these are meant to be like a warm fall jacket. So now my bank account is not safe and I'm trying to save money for Japan. So that being said, well, no, this is probably warmer. It's supposed to be really nice when I'm in Japan, so this will probably be warmer than I need. But anyways, this is from the brand Quality, which is a Canadian-owned brand, I believe. This is the printed Sherpa fleece jacket. This one is specifically called Desert Stallion. It is retailing for $120. Oh, that's not as much as I thought it would be. I thought these were closer to $200. So, okay, maybe I don't need to panic as much as I thought. So these are described as a unisex terry fleece jacket. Christine wears the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa wears the extra large, and then I am in the extra large. They do have the super fleecy, obviously the Sherpa details. They do have two pockets, and I like that they're zipped pockets, especially I find in the winter, it's just nice to be able to like have that extra little bit of security in the pockets. I like the length as well. It's past the hip on me. It's not quite like bum coverage length, but it is a nice longer length, which you could pull down if you want it to be more sleek, or you could pull it to sit a little bit higher on your hips and get more kind of like a scrunchy vibe if you want. The pattern on this one being Desert Stallion, it makes a lot of sense. We can see there's like the cliffs and the hoodoos and the cacti, and then we've got these horses running. Very like country vibes for sure. I'll turn around so you can see the pattern on the back. Again, I was just over the moon because I did not think that these would actually zip up on me, and the 2X just fits as they're intended on me, so I am thrilled. So again, this is the Quality printed Sherpa fleece jacket in Desert Stallion. Christine's in the small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa's in the extra large, I'm in the 2X, and it's retailing for $120. I thought they were like $200, so I'm actually really excited. Not this one specifically, but there's another one coming soon. I think it's either next week or 2 weeks, but it's more of like a cool tone color palette, and that's the one that I'm waiting for. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, and then the last piece that I have on is the Brunette the Label boxy tee that we had on earlier. So this one's a little bit different from the navy one we had last week, which that one was more of a fitted crop tee, whereas this one is described as a boxy tee, and I think that is definitely an accurate description. I'm wearing the 2X, 3X in this one. This is the Brunette the Label boxy tee in brown. This one is 100% cotton, and everyone's wearing their kind of typical Brunette the Label sizing. Christine's in the extra small, Carrie in the small medium. Melissa opted for the large, extra large for this one. And then I am in the 2X, 3X. I could probably wear a 1X, 2X, but I like the kind of boxy, slightly oversized vibe, so I would stick with the 2X, 3X in this one personally. It's a cropped-ish length on me, not quite. My natural hip is right here, so it's like just skimming above my natural hip, but still a really fun length. It does have a bit of a drop shoulder, even on me with my wide shoulders, with a looser sleeve. And we can see it's got that kind of boxy, chunky cut throughout. This is the kind of thing I love wearing this with like a high-waisted skinny jean to kind of have that like heavy top and then sleek bottom vibe. Really pretty. $66 for this one, and it goes from extra small as the smallest size, and then 2X, 3X as the top size. So again, for $66, this is the Brunette the Label boxy tee in brown. We're all wearing our typical sizes, but on kind of the smaller echelon of our typical sizes for these ones. Okay, perfect. That is everything that I had for Wednesday. Let us boogie on over to Thursday, the 25th, which is also my wedding anniversary. And I don't think I have as much. I have the Paris tee from Brunette, which I think is the more cropped style. Jacket. Okay, so I don't have any pants. I just have a couple of cardigans and a t-shirt, which works. So I will keep the pants on. I'll grab the next t-shirt and the next cardigan and be right back on over. We also have a couple of, I believe these are the Shirley mesh long sleeves. Yes, they are. That are launching. We have the shade Sunflower, but it's very much like a muted, warm kind of, it's not like a bright white with bright yellow. It's definitely pulling more like amber. And so it's gonna look really cute layered under all of these more brown and neutral tones for fall. So that's how I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna style it with the Brunette the Label Paris tee, which is the more cropped tight fitted tee. I did still wear, this one does come in a 2X, 3X and a 3X, 4X. I can wear either, but I do prefer the 2X, 3X in this one because I like myself a cute, snug, cropped kind of baby tee vibe. So that is what I am going to wear it like. And then I have the Shirley layered underneath of it. So let's just show you, like, is this not so cute for fall? I love the way that this looks layered under brown, because it is like, it's sunflowers, but especially with the leaves being like brown. Look at it up close. Like, it definitely reads more fall, and it is stunning. I love. So the Shirley Maggie mesh top in Sunflower is going to be retailing for $42, sizes small through 3X. I wear the 2X or the 3X depending on my intention. I prefer the 2X because I like to layer them under t-shirts like this, so I want it to sit a little bit closer to my body. I do find that I lose a little bit of the sleeve length. I can still use the little, there we go. I can still use the thumb holes, but they pull a little bit tight, whereas if I want to be able to like have the sleeves be really long, I will size up to a 3X, or if I'm planning to layer it under like a vest or something a little bit puffier. But I do find that for the majority of the ones that I own personally, which is quite a few, I have mostly 2X in them because I do like layering them under t-shirts like this. For them, we do find they are true to size. So Christine's in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa wears the 2 or the extra large, and then again I wear the 2X or the 3X depending on kind of my intent for wearing them. So that's $42. And then the Paris tee from Brunette the Label that I'm wearing right now, this is the one that's meant to be more of like a cropped baby tee fit. $69. This one's also 100% cotton. So this one, it goes from small medium to 3X, 4X. So it has a slightly shifted up size range. So no extra small. And then we have the 3X, 4X instead of 2X, 3X being the top of the label. And we do find that we all kind of shift up in this one. So Christina's in the small medium, Carrie's in the medium large, Melissa's in the XL 2X, and then again I can wear the 2X, 3X or the 3X, 4X. The 2X, 3X is just a little bit more snug and a little bit more cropped, but I love myself a really snug cropped baby tee, so that's my preference. But I feel like the 3X, 4X fits kind of more like the other girls are wearing it, where it's not quite as fitted. That's just my personal taste for a t-shirt like this one. Again, 100% cotton for these. Like I mentioned, you're always going to get really nice, high quality fabrics with Brunette the Label. Super cute. You can definitely tell that even with these high-waisted jeans, like it's right at the top of the jean line, like they are definitely a very Croft style. So again, that's the Brunette the Label Paris tee in brown, $69, and I'm wearing the 2X, 3X, but I can also size up to the 3X, 4X for a little bit more room in that one. Okay, so I have a Shania jacket I should have, and I should have a Dex cardigan. Let me see what I can find on my rack. Okay, I definitely found the Shania jacket, and I immediately see why it is the Shania jacket. So this is the XL. So the fact that this one's on my rack makes me think that this one must have a little bit more of a limited size run, but we're gonna try it out. Either that, or it's just very generously sized, which now I'm thinking maybe that's the case, because this is the XL/XXL, and as we can see, this absolutely works for me in this size. I'm not gonna do it up right now just because my dexterity with my nails would make it take forever, but we can see lined up, like the buttons will close, absolutely no problem. That being said, I probably would never close the buttons on these. I would keep it as like an open jacket. This is like a denim material. If I get up close and we can see, especially on the inside, you can see a little bit more of that denim grain. Or no, actually, I feel like you can see it better on the outside. So again, this is the Shania jacket. Oh, it's not even a jacket, it's labeled as a jacket in leopard, $175 for this one. And the size range is a bit different, but I do find it is very generous fitting. So it goes from extra small / extra small to XL 2X. So it almost seems like the size range is like reflecting the sizing, so like they know it's more generous, so they make some smaller sizes and less bigger sizes. I'm guessing that the smallest one is probably going to be what Christine wears. Yes, so Christine is in the XX small, X small, Carrie is in the extra small, small, Melissa is in the large, extra large, and then I am in the XL 2X. This one is also 100% cotton for the denim makeup on this one. Yeah, so this one, the size label is a bit deceiving because you'll want to size down for this one based on the sticker. It's almost like this fits the way that a typical 2X, 3X would, and all of our sizing reflects that. We all kind of size down from what we would be. But yeah, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, I 100% understand why this is the Shania. So again, this is the Shania jacket in leopard, $175 from Brunette the Label, 100% cotton, XX small / X small to X 2X, and I'm wearing the X 2X in this one very comfortably. And then I said I have one more cardi, which I believe I saw over here. Oh, maybe I do not. Oh, no, there it is. It's just ahead of the other things that I've already tried on. This one, everything has been very warm toned, and this one is more of like a cool tone neutral. So that's why my brain just didn't register that it was even on the rack. So I'm like, oh, I should be looking for warm tone browns, but this one is very much cool toned. So this is from Dex. This is the well-played cuff textured cardigan in warm taupe. I would just call it taupe personally. Maybe it's just because I'm wearing it with such warm tones that it's reading more like cool tone, but it might just be more that it's like a true neutral. So this is the well-played cuff textured cardigan in warm taupe, $80. And this one's in the full Dex size range of extra small through extra large, and then X, 1X, and 2X. I am wearing the 2X. We're all in our typical Dex sizes. So Christine in the extra small, Carrie's in the medium, Melissa in the X, and I am in the 2X. This one is primarily acrylic with a 20% cotton blend, just to give it a little bit of extra softness and breathability. Very cute. This one fits like a pretty typical cardigan. It's not super oversized, but it's not super fitted. I do like that we have this fold over for the sleeve. It is tacked down on the bottom, although I'm not sure if you'd be able to untack it. Like if you're like me and you have a longer, no, yeah, so it's just tacked down with one little stitch. It's not like it's fully on the seam. So theoretically, if you wanted to let this loose a little bit and lengthen the sleeves, if you have the ability to tack it back afterwards, you absolutely could. This sleeve length isn't as short on this one as it is on some other Dex pieces though, so I'm not mad at it. It does have 3 adjustable buttons. I tend to leave my cardigans open, though I would probably, if I was gonna do it up, I would probably just do this first button, and it still looks super cute like that as well. We have this pretty generous V-neck, and then a pretty typical cardigan cut in the back, and we have this cute little V-snip on this side hem here. So again, this is the Dex Well Played Cuff Textured Cardigan in Warm Taupe, $80. So this is extra small through 2X. I'm wearing my typical 2X in this one. Okay, that is everything for Thursday. Like I said, we've got a lot of stuff in plus because it's the start of a new season, which is exciting, which means my lives are taking me a lot longer. So with that, we'll go to the 26th, which is Friday, which I think is a little bit lighter of a day in terms of plus, but I still have a few things. I think I've got a pair of Judy's. Or do I? Yes, I do. Okay. So I've got a pair of Judy's. I've got a couple of the Shirley mesh tops. Oh yeah, no, we still have quite a few things, so I will get cracking on those. I might not try on all the Shirley mesh tops just because I've already tried one on and they do all fit the same, and I am trying to not waste too much time and make this live like 2 hours long, but we'll see how she goes. Jeans on, and Michelle May sweater. Okay. Let us start with the sweater. This one is from Michelle May. So this is the Kutcher oversized Henley sweater in the shade. No, it is not. That is a different sweater. Sorry. There's multiple plums. Wait. Is this one? Is it this one? There it is. Okay, sorry. I was like plum, but this one is described as burgundy, but personally I think this reads more purple in real life. But this is the Aurora Cozy Sweater in burgundy. This is from Michelle May. This one's available in sizes small through 3X. This is the 1X that I'm wearing. I have tried the 1X and the 2X in this sweater. And the 3X actually. The 3X is way too big. I like both the 1X and the 2X. They're both still giving that very fun, chunky, oversized vibe. And I'm kind of, you know, half of one or half a dozen of one, 6 of the other kind of thing. I do like the way that both fits. This one is still oversized or more relaxed, whereas the 2 gives more of a true oversized fit. So this is the 1X. Christine and Carrie both wear the small. Melissa wears the extra large, and then again, I could wear the 1X or the 2X. I do think I slightly prefer the 2X. This is the 1X, but it still looks really, really pretty. So again, like we've seen with a lot of Michelle May, the plus is definitely cut on the generous side, and I think this sweater is probably one of the best examples of that, considering I can size down 2 sizes and it still gives like really pretty oversized vibes. This one is retailing for $79, and it's a viscose poly blend. For this one, it does have a higher neck, not tight around the neck though, but it does have this collared, and then it has this really fun, like exposed stitched vibe on the shoulders and at the start of the sleeves, and then running all the way down the side seams, which I think is really cute. We also have a little V-notch on the side here, and I think it is just slightly longer in the back, not a ton. Not quite tunic length on me, but on petite folks, this would definitely read as tunic length, so you could wear this with a pair of leggings. It would be really, really cute. So again, this is the Aurora Cozy Sweater in burgundy. We do have this coming in more colors in the next coming weeks as well. Like I said, I've tried it on in 1X, 2X, 3X. 3X definitely too big. 1X and 2X both work for me. Super cute. This is the shade burgundy, although I would argue that it definitely pulls more plum in person. It definitely leans more purple than red in my opinion. $79 for this one. Again, I can wear the 1X or the 2X. This is the 1X right now. Okay, so what do I have? I have the Kutsher oversized Henley sweater, which is the one I thought this was at first, because that one is described as plum, and I was like, this is plum, but no, apparently this is burgundy. Maggie mesh tops, which we have Violet Blooms and Bluebell. I'm not going to try them on just for the sake of time because I've already tried one on, but they are 2 more sizes coming, and I still wear the 2X or the 3X in both of those. Let's do the Kenley ribbed long sleeve top, because that one is very different from anything I've tried so far today. All right, we're getting through our, and then I don't think I have any weekend launches to show, but I do want to, we have the Monday stuff for fall picked out. So I want it, because I don't do my lives until Tuesday, I want to make sure that I show off the Monday fall stuff coming out as well. So I will, which, yeah, it jumps right to Monday on my rack. So we don't have any weekend stuff to show for Plus, but we do have that. So I guess let's wrap up Friday before we get there. Oh, this is so cute. I love how this is like a deep scoop neck. This is from the brand PSK. This is the Kenley ribbed long sleeve top in magenta. This one is retailing for $46, sizes small through 3X, with an L1X as being the median size. This one is true to size. Everyone's wearing their typical Christine in the small, Carrie in the medium, Melissa wears the 1X, and I'm in the 3X. This one is a rayon spandex blend. As we can see, we have this really nice deep scoop neck. Really nice long sleeves, even on me, super nice sleeves. It is ribbed material. It does have these little like ruched sides, which I think are really fun, and it's really stretchy. This one is one of those tops that gives me like bodysuit without being a bodysuit. Like I'd be able to tuck this in and it's not gonna like puff up weird in my jeans, and it's gonna look like I'm wearing a bodysuit without having to deal with like the tails and everything like that. So this is the 3X, and it does give me a little bit more room in the sleeves, and it's still fitted, but it's not like skin tight. If I wanted it to be truly like bodysuit, I could size down to the 2X. If that were the case, I would definitely just only wear it tucked in. I feel like it would be a little bit too tight and like hug too close to the jeans a little bit. But in the 3X, I can definitely very comfortably wear it over or under the jeans both ways and still get that kind of skimmed, like close to the body vibes. Again, I'm just obsessed with the cut of this neckline. I like that it shows a little bit more chest without being cleavagey for me. I mean, for people that have more boobs than me, which is most you know, femme people are gonna have more boob than me because I don't have a lot of boob. But it would even be a little bit cheeky with like a little bit of cleavage. Not enough for me, but I do like that it is just a little bit of a lower neckline without being like boobs out. So I am definitely a huge fan of how this one's cut. So again, this is the Kenley ribbed long sleeve in magenta from the brand PS Kate. $46 for this one, sizes small through 3X. We're all in our typical sizes with me in the 3X. If I wanted to wear it exclusively like tucked in like bodysuit style, I could wear the 2X, but for just more versatile wear, I would stick with the 3X for this one. What else do we have for today? Okay, so we still have the Kutsher oversized Henley sweaters. We have it in light plum and in black. So I'll put the plum one on, and then I'll bring over the black to show as well. They do fit exactly the same, so I feel like it would be a bit redundant to wear both. And then after that, I will talk about the jeans. Very strong color theming with all of our launches today. As we can tell, this is the like purpley plum launch, with also the black Henley thrown in just for good measure. Okay, so these ones are from Zenana. So this is the light plum, and then we also have the black, which is more of like the heathered black style. It is that super fluffy, like blankety kind of material that's just puffy. It almost feels kind of like teddy fleece, not quite, but super soft and fuzzy. So this is the Kutsher, where do we go? Kutsher oversized Henley sweater. Again, I'm wearing the light plum. It also comes in the charcoal. $42, sizes, split sizing for this one, small, medium, large, extra large, 1X, 2X, and then 2X, 3X. I am wearing the 2X, 3X for both of these, and I would say they are true to size. And it seems like that is the case for everyone else. So Christine is in the small medium. Carrie went for the large extra large, so she did size up a little bit. Melissa can wear the large extra large or the 1X, 2X, just kind of between. And then I am definitely very truly in the 2X, 3X. I would not size down in this one for sure. The material on this one is poly rayon spandex, and it has, again, that really soft, fleecy, blankety kind of material. It does have these snap buttons on the neckline, and I believe these are all functioning snaps. There we go. Yeah, so I got the first one undone here. They could go all the way down. I mean, personally, I would probably leave the first one undone and then just keep them all done up. We do have a little bit of like a high-low vibe going on. You can really see it if I turn to the side. We have this little scalloping and this little notch here, and then it is significantly longer in the back than it is in the front, and it does this kind of swoop. I also like, this isn't quite on like right on the side, it's pulled a little bit forward. The whole side seam in general kind of angles forward, which I think is interesting, and does this kind of like front scoop, and then it is a little bit more squared off in the back. And again, I can't stop just like petting it because it just feels like a really soft blanket. It's so cozy. So again, this is the Kutcher oversized Henley sweater in light plum. It's going to be retailing for $42. They also have it in black, which I showed before, which is more of like a heathered black. Also $42, and for this one, we are also wearing same like typical sizing, but if you're in between, I would size up. Carrie ended up sizing up, and Melissa's kind of between the large, extra large, or the 1X, 2X. And again, I'm very firmly 2X, 3X. I would not size down. Okay, that is everything for Friday. And then, as I said, I don't have anything for the weekend. 27, 28, so then the 29th would be Monday, and we have a lot of really cute, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 29th. Am I looking at the right drop? I'm not sure. Let me just double check, because I have some cute Monday full stuff. I just want to make sure that I actually am looking at the right stuff, because there's not photos yet, because we just took the photos. Got 40 cardigan. Maybe this is in the fall. I'm not sure, on the weekend. Catalina, Elaine, yeah, that's not this. 9/28. Nope. Okay, I'm a little confused because I'm not seeing the same things for Monday as I'm seeing on the iPad. So maybe I shan't show them off, because I'm seeing the Sisters long sleeves, and that is not what I have here. So if that's the case, if I do miss the Monday fall launch, I will kind of revisit them at the start of my live next week, because I don't want to show this stuff and be like, it's all on Monday, and then it turns out, oh no, actually it's just like throughout the week randomly. So I will save that for next week, and then that we can just have extra, lots more fun next week. So thank you everyone for turning in. This was a bit of a longer one, but I'm so excited we finally have a ton of stuff to show you guys. So much cute fall stuff coming, and so much more plus than we've had in a long time, so I'm very excited about that. So once again, my name is Michelle. I'm the size 2X, 3X model here at Lavender & Lace, the upper end of the plus sizing that we offer here. I go live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. It'll be standard very soon, but for now it is still daylight time. So if you are interested in checking that out, especially next week, we're gonna have even more super cute fall stuff. There's gonna be so much, so you can find me where you are watching me right now, which is on Facebook and Instagram. I will be live at 11 a.m. Tuesday again next week. And again, we have so much. I kind of want to just like wheel my rack over here because it's packed. It's the fullest rack I've probably had all year. So I'm so excited. So definitely tune in next week and check that out. We have so much more cute fall stuff to see. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. To all the farmers, good luck wrapping up your harvests, or I guess we're kind of like right in the swing of things right now. And I will see everybody next week. Bye-bye.